Welcome back, students. Today we're going to do a watermelon and we'll get right to it. So the materials that we will need for today are a canvas or paper. Square seems to work the best on this. The paints, I'm using turquoise paint, red, white, and I'm also using a green. I didn't have any more green, so I'm making the green out of dark blue, out of yellow, and I'm adding this green to it as well. Also have my brush, which is this brush, and also a piece of chalk and a piece of string, and we're going to get to it. So I wanted to, what we're going to do is we're going to use the string to make the circle here, the half circle that we're going to use to make our watermelon. So as you can see here on this, it goes from just before the edge to just before the edge. So what I'm going to make, I'm going to take my string, I'm going to wrap the string around the piece of chalk, and on the other end, I'm going to hold it taut, very tight in one place, and I'm going to move the other one, can't see me. I'm going to have the other piece of the chalk right at the corner just before the end, and then I'm going to make a line going in a circle. So I will do that with chalk, and then I'm going to do it again with the marker so that you can see the line very easily. So I'm going to go to the very corner, and then I'm going to have the chalk right here below it. I'll do it on the top. So I'm going to do the top here. Hold this really tight here. Have it right before the edge. I'm going to make, and then I'm going to make a circle all the way down. Then I'm going to do that again so you can see that with the marker. So I'm going to put the marker where I want it to be right here. Hold it tight at the bottom right there. And then just do one all the way down. Didn't go very well. Let me try that again. Hold it tight. And then have that line being drawn. And then we're going to go start the painting. Okay, see, first I'm going to do the turquoise around the edge of it. And you're going to actually just come into the area of the black line or the chalk for just a little bit, not a whole lot. And so we're going to do the painting. A little bit more paint here. So you can see I covered that line just a little bit, and that'll just help make the other line, make it very nice and smooth. So we're going to let that dry, and then once that dries, we're going to go back and start with the next color, the green. All right, now we're back. So this green part is dry, and I am going to, a little tricky on this, probably should have gone over one more time with the white, but I wanted to rinse it off. So I'm going to take the straight white, dip the straight white, and I'm going to go over probably the whole width of this, make it about 1 inch. I might have to go back with some green, but we're going to see how we do on this. Go all white. Make it, try to make. So you see that it's not doing too bad in terms of blending in there. I wanted to add a little tiny bit of green on that. See if I can blend that a little bit. Get myself in trouble, taking on more, doing this again, rather than just let it be. You know, the teachers that I've ever worked with have always said, when you're 80% happy with what you're doing, let it be. Just let it go. And I always tend to try to make a little bit more than that. And I always end up messing myself up. So we'll see how we do on this. I'm messing myself up. That's fine. That's going to look okay. Okay. More white in here. Nice white. Blending really nice in there. Okay, good. Rinse my brush out again. I'm actually take a little bit of, see if I can wipe some of this off. This green, a little bit too much green in there. To follow that up with some white. See if I can go another little white in there. I don't want to have too much green. See if I can bring that back up. Okay, good. So now what I'm going to do, now that I have this whole white section here, with a lot of white paint on it, I'm going to, so this whole part's going to be the red, and that's going to be the pink and very much going to the white. I have to keep a strip of white here on this. So I'm going to take my red from here, and I'm just going to dip into it, kind of start in the middle because I want to see where I'm going on this. Start in the middle on this. And I'm going to go up. I'm going to see if I can add a little bit more white on that. Stop where I really feel like it's going to be. I don't want too much. I want to definitely have a white strip, not have too much pink. Okay, that looks good. And I'm not going to wash out my brush. I'm just going to put more red on it. I'm going to bring this back down. And I'm going to dip more red and just finish this whole section all the way up. And that looks all right with me. That looks pretty darn good. Maybe put a little bit more. Go back up, make it a little bit more red up top there. But I'm pretty happy with that. So now what I'm going to do, the next step on this is to let this dry. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use a Sharpie. And we're going to go in on any sort of Sharpie, and we're going to go in, we're going to make the watermelon seeds with a Sharpie. So we're going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and we will do the watermelon seeds in there. All right, students, so the last thing we're going to do is we're going to put the seeds on the watermelon, and we're going to turn it upside down so it's easier to do. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to dot them all the way through there, okay? And they just look like a teardrop. So use a Sharpie, color it all in. And if you want to, which you probably would be a good idea, is to put them all out, mark them all out in chalk before you start going with a Sharpie. Let's do that first. Let's mark them with a chalk so you know where they are and you have all the correct number that you want. I'm just freehanding it here. And there you go. That is your watermelon painting. Turn it the other way around so you have it. And there you go. That's all for this one.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not,